Alright, sports fans, yes, this is going to be the first of the inaugural 2016 Scram series here on YouTube. So I definitely want to thank you guys for your appreciation. Of course, also for all the great comments and likes and help that you guys have given me so far. Great help for me, folks. So I definitely want to thank you guys first and foremost. So let's get to it, guys. We have all the racers ready. Have the pack of cards here for the bottom feeders, middle, and top. Of course, starting off on pole position here is Jeff Daly Jr. So we're going to get off started real quick here. And now with this one, of course, as a reminder, this is my first time playing this game, so it'll kind of give me a little bit of a break here. I might be doing a little bit of cutting, a little bit of editing here, just to try to make sure that I don't give you guys a bad product here, of course. So let's get right to it. Of course, this is the Copper State 500. It's 50 turns, which means essentially each turn goes for 10 miles, essentially. So basically, you're going to be going through 50. So we'll probably cut this up into probably 5 parts, I'd assume, depending on how fast the actual match goes, or I guess you could say the race goes here. I don't think that's a bad idea at all, honestly. 10 turns per video, that'd be kind of fun, kind of easy way of kind of getting you guys to see the play, and also kind of an easy way for me to edit, of course, as well, because I don't want it to be too long of a product. You guys kind of watch for about 7-8 minutes each video, so I don't want to kind of inundate you guys with like a 5-minute video that you guys probably aren't going to go watch. So let's definitely check it out and see if we can get right down here to it as the flag starts and everyone's headgear starts yelling, go, 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 and we're going to see what happens here as this continues here, folks. Alright, so first and foremost, we're going to roll these dice right here. We're going to roll these two. We're going to add those together. And on this one, you're going to see the Desert Saguaro. Super Speedway has its own little metallic dice roll chart here, so we're going to roll that. And if the drivers have that feature, so if they have a trouble, if they have that, then they are able to challenge the group ahead of them. So if they're in the top group, they challenge the pole position. If they're in the middle group, they challenge the top group, and then so on and so forth. The group you see right here, the bottom group, is made up from bottom to top. So for instance, Dick Exum right here, he is actually the lowest. He's in the 43rd position right now, but it makes it easier to go through each and every one who has it so that you can kind of get them involved throughout the bottom to top. So let's check it out here as we go through here, guys. Let's roll the first dice here, and this is the inaugural roll here for the first one here. So 3 means it's going to be a middle here, middle group, and then 5 and 6, that's going to be an 11, which means trouble. So it's trouble right out of the gate here, guys. Let's get right to it and see what the trouble is going to happen here. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the middle group here. We're going to go from the top right here, so like the 8th position, all the way down to the 19th position. So all the way down, top to bottom here, right to left as it goes down here. And each one we're going to actually roll against their escape. So their escape, if it's equal to or less than, then they escape. If it's more greater than that, if I roll these 2 dice, then they are collected in the trouble, whatever happened, right? So let's imagine they turn in the first 10 miles here, all the cars together here, and then of course, whichever one of these cars gets hit first, of course, is going to be the one that kind of, I guess you would say, either caused it or was affected by it, something in the road there, and it possibly could cause a pileup. If that happens, we have to roll the yellow flag. If more than 2 or more cars get caught into it, there's actually going to be 2 yellow flag turns here. So let's roll through here as we look for Kevin Pettis. He has an escape of 7 here. And this one is an 8, so he is going to be collected in there. And let's see, we're going to have to roll here. So he's collected into the hit. So it looks like Kevin Pettis was trying to make a hard move on Steve Urich there in the top group there. So let's see here as we look at the trouble here. So his is a D, so he's not very good with his pit crew there. So a D rating with 1/3 of the race here. Let's see here. D rating is 8. So if it's equal to or less than that, then he gets to stay in, and he'll just actually have to he just has to move back to the back part here. Well, let's see. So this is a 4, so he's still able to stay in. He's able to get the part repaired, but he's going to have to move to the back of the pack here. So there's 1. So we're definitely going to have a yellow flag here as that occurs here. Let's go over to Gary Pine. So that's 4. He has an escape of 6, so he stays in. Okay, 8. So Joey Plunka, he still has it, so he has a 9. So Good there. So escape for Julius Justice. So 7. 8 for his escape. Good there. Parnell Drake trying to see if he can maneuver around the accident here. 5. His escape is an 8, so we're good. Escape of 9 here for Joey Wilson. That's a 4, so he's good there. Let's see here. So Lonnie Lane. Okay, 4. His escape is a 9. Okay, Jordy Pettis. Escape is a 9 as well, so that's a 6. All right, we're going to keep rolling here. Denny Baker, who's also our TV star here, he got an 11. Oh, that's not good, and his escape is a 9, so we're actually going to have to take him out here. Of course, he's collected, but let's see if he's able to get out of it. His crew for pit crew is D, so his D is going to mean that he's going to have an 8. So an 8 or less should be good to go, so let's see. 6, so he's able to be good, so he's collected into the issue, but looks like they're able to bang out the hood, whatever was on there, what was going on. So let's check it out. So it's Alex Hodge here, so that's 2, so we're going to have 2 laps of yellow flag here. So we're going to have 9, he has an escape of 8, so this is a big one here, guys. Absolutely, this is the big one almost, like, forget which race that was. Was that Daytona or something? I think that's what it was. Were they the big one where it took so many racers there? 8, so that's going to be good. So Alex Hodges, I apologize, he got collected in it, right? So an 8 or a 4 here for the medal here. I got a little bit carried away here. So 4 with the silver is going to be underneath his D there, so he's good too. So no racers are getting collected and out of the race here, which is great. Jason Leonard here, so 8 there, but his escape is a 10, so good for him there. And then 5 for Wayne Montana. So he's good there as well. So it looks like the car pileup got 3 cars here. So we're going to have to go through, fill a gap. So we're going to have to fill in these gaps here. And then we're actually going to have to go into 2 turns of yellow flags. So right off the gate, guys, 10 miles in, it looks like the Copper State 500 is starting off with a bang. Okay, so let's move and fill in the gaps here real quick. So because we have a yellow flag, we're just going to move everyone up here. So Joey Plunka moves up, Julia Justice there. We're going to do Parnell Drake, Joey Wilson, Lonnie Lane, Jordy Pettis, and Jason Leonard is actually going to see a great jump here from 18th down to up to 15th, and the same for Wayne Montana. So we're going to have 3 spots open here. Now we see this as the 43rd spot here, so we're going to deal from the bottom of the pack here. So Tom Rossi is going to make his appearance here. Cam Croyle is going to make his appearance as well. And as, of course, everyone knows here, Francisco Segovia is going to come up here as well, racing in the 56 Ford car. So good for him. And now we're actually going to go to 2 turns of the yellow card as well. So because we had 2 or more racers, we actually had 3 altogether, we're actually going to go into a yellow card, or yellow flag, of course. Want to make sure everyone's good and checked up on, make sure everything's good all set up. Alright, so it looks like with 30 miles already taken off there, it looks like we're in the next turn here, so we're going to roll again here, starting off the 40th mile here. So let's check it out. So we have 4, so that's going to be the bottom group here. Ta-da! So the bottom group here, or I apologize, did this bottom group? No, sorry, apologies. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's going to be the middle group, I apologize. So middle group here, guys, is going to be tested for 7, which is going to be star. So we're going to go from the bottom up, like this, 1 to up. It looks like the middle group is making some hot action here, and of course, if you guys remember last time, well, it wasn't too good for them, of course, because they had caused a huge wreck, and looks like the leaders are probably going to start pulling ahead here if they continue with that kind of attitude. There are a lot of bottom drivers who drove pretty poorly throughout the start of the year will start moving into the middle, and that's no good. So let's check it out here, of course, as we get all set up here. Okay, here we go. So 7, so star. So we're gonna go look right here, and only the ones who have the star special, like the star one, we're actually gonna roll here the red, white, and blue, and see where they're actually located at in the top. So they're gonna challenge the other racers, okay? So let's check it out here as we look real quick at the star one here. So the first one we're going to see here for the star rating, or the quality here, is going to be Tom Rossi. So Tom Rossi here has got a star rating, and it looks like he has a gas pedal. He has to clear that of a 4. So let's check that out real quick. Okay, so Tom Rossi, we're going to roll here. So red, was it red, white, and blue there, so you kind of look in that order here. So 6, it has to be greater than, or it has to be equal to or less than the the little like gas pedals here, so the little blocks you see there, and he has a 4. That's a 6, so we can stop altogether looking at that. He does not make a move. But Wayne Montana also has smart or star, and he has a star as well, which I believe, if I remember correctly here, as I look over the rules just real quick here, as I push over everything. That's not good. All right, so let's see here. So it looks like he has a star. And then he has an actual help. So it looks like he has actually a little bit of a star or a bonus essentially. So let's see here. I think that I forget what that means there. I'm kind of looking real quick here if he's got a star there or if he's got like a quality that kind of helps him out here. Okay, so I just looked it up here. So a star rating next to the star attribute actually makes it so he's able to challenge twice. So if he fails the first one, he can challenge the same group again there. I don't think we have to re-roll there. Let me check real quick. Let's see here. Let's see. He can challenge into the... Yeah, it looks like so if he's successful on the first challenge, he can challenge into the next group immediately. So that's kind of cool too. So he can challenge in the same group, but I think I have to re-roll it to the next driver here. So he has to redo it there. But always good to note here, as you of course can see, if for instance Wayne Montana, if he can move up, he can actually go from here to there, and from here to the top group to the race leader real quick because he's got the star ability. So let's try and see if he can challenge real quick here. No more dilly-dallying around here. So red is a 6. He's going to automatically not get it because you can't have higher than a 5, if that makes sense. So he loses that challenge here, but he's going to challenge again because he failed. He can challenge one more time to basically check to see if he gets it, and that's a 6 again. Guys, I cannot believe this. That's 3 times in a row we've rolled red 6. Definitely should go get a lottery ticket. My goodness. Jason Leonard's next here. He's got a star rating. Let's check this out here. So 2. So 2 is definitely helpful for us because we can kind of see what happens here. So Jason Leonard, really good guy here. I definitely hope he does pretty well here. He's got a 2, so his gas pedal, it checks there, no problem. So he's going to go up to, he's going to challenge Austin Bigler because he has a white 3. So that'll move up to Austin Bigler. And we're going to check Austin's basically burst, his burst attributes. Now he is a TV, basically a TV guy, so the camera's on him the most. And so that's going to help, I think it's going to help him out real quick here. So let's check and see if that does help him out a little bit. Well, as I was looking through the rules here, guys, it doesn't actually look like they actually get any help. But besides the fact, I think that only they get help on like a quality check. So like the TV check says TV on there. So those guys will be the only ones that actually get the help because no one else has a quality of TV besides those guys. So they can actually move up faster because they got that role just for them. So, good to know here. So 2 is what we're looking for here. So Austin Bigler here, and who is challenging is Jason Leonard. So Jason Leonard has gotten through everything, gotten up to Austin Bigler here, and he doesn't have any braking besides the 1. There's 1 brake that you get because you're in the top group. So he, this is bigger. 2 is larger than 1, so that's going to actually switch Austin Bigler with Jason Leonard. So he's going to move all the way down to the 17th there in that 10-mile stretch there. So there's a little bit of action there as they kind of move around in the group there. And let's keep going as we go to the star for Jordy Pettis, who has a star plus a little bit of a heavy action there. So let's see here. So 1 here. So 1 is definitely going to go through. So 1 goes through no problem there. Good for him there. So he might actually be able to move up twice there because he's got the star extra. 4. Let's see. So 4 on the next one's going to be Chris Wynn, or Wine, I guess you could say. And he does have the star attribute. So that's going to add, I believe, 1 extra burst point there for him. So that's kind of actually a really good thing for him because let's see here. Let's see. Just making sure if it's a starred quality, he gets 2 bonus brake symbols. So no, doesn't look like that's the case here. But he gets a bonus brake symbol. So if he has a starred quality, so if he had a starred quality just like Jordy Pettis has, it would be 2 brake bonus symbols. So he gets... So he has a 1 burst right there, and then he's in the top group, so he has 2 altogether. And then because he has a star quality, like everyone's asking for, 3 altogether. So 3, with this being 3, means that he holds off, so the check gets put through, no problem. But Jordy Pettis now has to roll again because he has a star, so he can challenge once more. He can choose to stay where he wants, but we're going to want to definitely make some moves here. So 4 here. 4 passes through the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which he has there. So he has that. So 2. 2 is going to be up to, during that 10-mile stretch, Ray Bob Walker, who's a TV guy, and also he's got a performance chip. And then 1. So he's going to mark that off, no problem. He has 1 and 2 burst or break ability. So it looks like Jordy Pettis challenged 2 guys who you don't want to challenge here, not yet. And then it looks like Julie Justice is going to be the next one we're going to look up here. So first we're going to see 4 here. So 4, yes, he's going to pass that one. So equal to or less than. And then a 3, it looks like Jason Leonard's going to be challenged once more here. And 2 is going to be just fine there, as he, of course, already has 3 burst stars from 1, 2 star, and then, of course, 3 having the actual star trait there. And looks like the last one's going to be Joey Plunka. So let's check it out and see if he's going to move around here. Okay, so 4. So 4 here. 4 looks like it passes through him there, no problem there, so he gets through that. Chris Wynn, Hero Wine. 4 is going to be his thing, so 6. So it's going to definitely look like he's going to pass through that. He has 1 burst, 2 for being in the top group, and then 3 for having the trait, but that is too little to handle, and he cannot break out of it as Joey joins up with Jason Leonard up into the top group there. So he moves up, and it looks like we have a new leaderboard there for the top 10 there as we look at Jason Leonard and Joey Plunka adding up to the top. All right, well, looks like we're going into the 50th mile here. And looks like Jeff Daly Jr. has been leading for the last 40 miles here, or at least a couple of those yellow turns there, or yellow flags here. So it looks like we have a 4, so we're going to go to the middle group here. And then it looks like a 6, so that's going to be Control. So let's look real quick here. Control is going to be moving up through Francisco Segovia and all the way through here. So let's do this here real quick. So we have 3. So 3 challenges it, no problem here. And then, oops, sorry, that was a 4. I am moving that one around too much. All right, so 1. So he's going to go up to Trevor Trostel, and he has Control, so that's going to be an automatic boost there. So 4. So it looks like he has 1 star. Then Control, that's 2. And then being in top grade 3. So he's going to actually take a big leap here. Francisco Segovia is going to do that. And good for him. Get on up there to the top. And Trevor's going to actually move all the way down there to 19th place. Yikes. Okay, let's move over to Control's Tom Rossi here, over in the 17th place there. So looks like out of the Chevy 92 car here, 1 is going to get him through there. 6 is going to go all the way to Stu Urich. Going to challenge him there. 2, he has 1 Control, 2 for being in the top group, and 3 for having a burst, and he'll be fine. He's going to hold off Tom Rossi, no problem there during that little maneuver there. Wayne Montana, Control here, so he's going to get a little action going on here. So 2 for him is going to pass, no problem. 5 is going to go over to Pete McAtee and the 39 Chevy, and 4. And so 4 here, so he has 2 brake pads there, no problem. 3 for having Control, and then 4 for being in the top group. That's going to equal, no problem there. So I think if he equals it, let me see real quick. I think if let's see here. Let's see, blue die. If equal to or less than the driver's rating, he fends off the challenge regardless of the red die result. So great note there. So he's good to go. So all set, no problem there. So it looks like Pete McAtee gets away from there from Wayne Montana, and Austin Bigler is going to come on up and try to see if he can make a move back into the top 10 there. So 3 is going to be Control, and now he has a star, so he can possibly make 2 moves up here with his TV rating. So great for him there. Okay, so here we go. We have 3. So 3 is successful there. And then 2, which is going to go over to Ray Bob Walker. And then 6. So 6 is going to go right here to Ray Bob Walker. So that will be an absolute pass there. Now, Ray Bob Walker does have a performance, I guess you could say, a performance chip. Performance chips, you're allowed to actually utilize them. You can use that performance chip to win a challenge or duel, no matter what. So let's see, however, you can use a performance chip and spends it to take over or switch, or you can use it to fend off a challenge. So I'm going to say that he does use that performance chip now, just because he wants to keep himself from falling down out of this place, just because he wants to stay within the top 10. So he's going to utilize that, and it's going to actually fend off that challenge. But Austin Bigler does have the opportunity to roll again here for his second challenge because he has a star on his control there. So 2 goes again. Austin goes through with those squares. He has 5 squares there. 1 is going to go with Francisco Segovia and a 5, and that's going to definitely take him over because he has 1 control, 2 for being in the top group, and then 3 for having a star, so he's going to move up. So Austin's going to make some moves as well. So the 77 Chevy car is going to actually move up to second place there, so some big moves there from Austin Bigler as he moves down and moves all the way back up. Jordy Pettis, definitely a great wrestler here. Definitely the arachnid, as we always see on his car every week. So 6, can he come back on that one? He cannot. So he won't be moving up at this time. He's had 2 chances to do it, and he has not been able to successfully do it. So Lonnie Lane, let's check it out here. So 5 and control, so he has a 3. That's not going to work out. So control again here. Let's see if Joey Wilson will make a move here. Lots of guys have control in this one. A 6, that's an automatic, not going to do it. So good always to note there. Let's roll again. So 4, now Parnell Drake here, the hot chili pepper Toyota 70 car here. 5 gets him through. 4 is going to be over here to Joey Plunka in the 5th place spot here. And then 3, does he have 3? He has control, so that's 1. 2 for having a star, 2, and then 3 for being in the top spot. He holds him off, so Joey Plunka moves up and then also stays up there for this 10-mile stretch here. Good for him. Chris Wine here with the Captain America Chevy 15 car here. 5 being what we have here, it is higher than his gas pedal. He is not able to move past him. And then Chris Pine, or Pin. Okay, here we go. 6. Looks like we have 4 gas pedals there, so Chris or Gary Pine will not be moving up here, and that'll be the end of that turn there. So that's another 10-mile stretch with some very good action, as we've seen. Of course, Austin Bigler moved down, moved back up, so good for him to move through. Nothing really changes too much in the top 10 there as we keep on going to the 60th minute here, or 60th mile, and then into the pit stop here for the first pit stop of the Copper State 500. Now, it's always good to note that Jeff Daly Jr. has continued to hold the lead for 50 miles. I mean, I know that's not necessarily true, right? You know what I mean? Like, it's not necessarily going to be 100% accurate because, you know, lead changes all the time. But because he stayed in that same spot, we're going to act like he did, and hopefully the stats will kind of even out as we kind of compile who's held the most stats for the held the top break bonus and team lead, I guess you could say. All right, let's check it out here. So for this mile stretch here, as we go into a pit stop here, so 4, and then 4 means it's going to be a middle group, which is, again, rolled it again, and then a 5, which is going to be heat. Okay, so heat's going to be always down right here, so it's going to be the really hot action here, so we're going to see a lot of crazy drivers here trying to make some hot moves here in the cars here. So Cam Croyle is going to be one of them here. Yes, Cam Croyle. Let's see what happens. What's with Cam Croyle here? Let's read a little bit about him here. So I'm putting some information up on my end so I can see here. So it looks like Cam Croyle here replaces Kevin Pettis and earns catchphrase status with his press conference statement. Nice job there, Cam Croyle there, the 68 Chevy car here. So let's roll here for him. Did I roll him? I don't remember rolling for him. Let's check. Let's roll for him again. I didn't really look at it. So 5 for his is not going to go through because he only has 4 for his heat. Okay, so let's roll again for I rolled there already for Francisco Segovia. Let's see if he can get back up into the top 10 here. Now, so Francisco here, the 56 car, a little bit about him, of course. He is a road race expert, seemingly always in the chase. Female fans swoon when he makes it onto TV. So, very cool fact there for him and his beloved fans, the ladies. So, 3 there, so he's on no problem there. 1, he's going to be trying to make a move up against Austin Bigler, who already just tried to get up into the top 10 and successfully did so. 6, let's check it out. So 6, it's going to be definitely helpful because he's only going to have 1, Austin will, and so Austin's going to move all the way back down here, and Francisco Segovia is going to take his Formula 1 style driving all the way up to the top 10 and even into the top 2. So good for him. Joey Wilson's the next one up here. Joey Wilson's driving the number 1 car from Ford here, establishing himself as a known commodity driver, but can't seem to get over the hump. So let's see if by chance this is his time. This is his year. 4. So 4 is going to be yes to that one here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So no problem there. And then 5 is going to be over to the 6th place Pete McAtee. 5 on that chart here. So let's see here. So he has 2 breaks. So 1, 2, and then he's on the top 10, I guess you'd say, or top 9 here. So he's got 3 stars, and so that will move Joey Wilson into the top spot there as he performs a pretty hot move there in the 50th or so minute or mile here. Okay, so looking through here, we're looking through for the hot heat. Okay, Chris Wine, the Captain America Chevy 15 car, as we roll the dice there. So Chris Wine is a part of Scram's new generation of uneven performer at times, but generally successful. So 6. Yes, he's sometimes a little bit uneven. It looks like he didn't get his heat mode motion there, so he's actually going to miss out on the opportunity to utilize that, and he will stay in the 9th spot, which is not a bad idea, honestly, when you consider the fact that, well, at this point, you have the top 7 and then number 9. That's not too bad. You want to break that top 10 if you can, as we, of course, are going into the pit stop here of the triangle. So let's check it out here, what happens when we go through that pit stop for the first time. All right, the cars are in the 70th mile here, and they're all going to make a turn here into the pit row here real quick. And as we, of course, do this, we're going to actually take the black and silver dice to roll the dice here real quick, and we're going to see first and foremost which racers, if there are any actually, that are going to kind of compete with each other, or switch, I guess you could say. So they kind of switch spots if you roll them, so we'll do that here real quick. So 3 will be 1, 2, so 3 will be the middle group here. We're going to look at the middle group, and the 2 and 4. So the 2 and 4, so we have the 2 and 4 here. So the number 2 and 4 are going to switch. So we rolled a 3, so that'll be the odd. So it's going to be the side right here. So the odd, or I think, wait, odd is, yeah, odd is the left side, as you can see on the sides here, right? Roll odd, even, right? So we're going to look at the odd. So Parnell Drake and Austin Bigler are going to actually swap as they go into the pit row there. So they switch just automatically here. So they just switch positions, and then we're going to roll individually for all of these drivers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So all 12 drivers are actually going to, we're going to check their fast pit rating, and then we're going to see if they get a performance chip. This will actually help them out to see if they're going to get out of the pit fast enough. I only explain this kind of quickly to you guys so you guys know what I'm doing when I do it. So let's do this real quick, as they, of course, are going to grab the dice here. If it's equal to or less than their fast pit, then they do get a performance chip added to them as they go out. So fast pit, let's check it out here. So let's go from the top, or bottom to top. So that's 9. He has a fast pit of 10, so that's going to get him performance chip. Okay, 4 and 4, that's 8. His fast pit is 9, performance chip. Tom Rossi, that's a 7. His fast pit is a 7, so he's going to get one there. Okay, here we go. Wayne Montana, that's 5. He gets a fast pit performance check there. So this is quick and easy here, guys. Really nothing actually at all hard about this here. Now, if it was the top group, you'd actually challenge the leader as well, or you'd include the leader as well in this. But because it's not, there won't be any changes there. So let's go over here. So that's 8. So he has a fast pit of 6, so he won't actually move up. So that's not for him. So 7 or 6 will be, yes, it's in Jordan Pettis's thing, so he'll get a performance chip for his fast pit. That's an 11, so Lonnie Lane does not get a performance chip. Pete McAtee, let's see how he does there. So 9, he does get one. His fast pit is a 9. Okay, as we go through all pit row, all the cars' wheels, you can hear them screeching. 5 here, so Austin Bigler's getting all the moves there going as they get the Austin Bigler, or Julia Justice here, with a 9, and his is a 9 as well. We're getting some good rolls here for these guys. So 8 fast pit for this guy, so 7 is what we get. So Chris Wine with an 8 does get a fast pit. And Gary Pine with a 9, he has a fast pit of 5, so he will not actually get a fast pit or a fast pit performance chip there. Alright, so with that, what's going to happen here, because we have all these chips, we just basically move them to the top. So for instance, we're going to move from 9th to 8th, so it's the highest to lowest. So for instance, Chris Wine, he moves up to the 8th spot. Then Gary Pine, he moves down again because Julia Justice is moving up. So essentially what we're doing is we're taking the performance chip right here, so the highest one, with the the highest one, right, with the lowest. So I think that's what it is. Let me look real quick here. I think it's the highest one here. Let's see here, by replacing the performance chips in the higher position. So number 2 is higher. So from the move from the highest to lowest within the group. So the performance chip, if the driver has a performance chip, switches card with the highest driver in the group that does not. So see how it's working here. So Austin is the highest one with one, and Gary Pine's one with the lowest or the highest without a performance chip. So he'll keep moving down as Pete McAtee has one there. So he'll move up. And now we're actually getting to a spot where it's going to be a little bit different. So Jordy Pettis, he moves up, right? So he's the highest one. He's going to move to him, right? And then that will move down Gary Pine, Parnell Drake, and then Wayne Montana, who has the highest with the chip, is going to move Lonnie Lane down from the 13th down to 16th place there. And then also as well, we'll see here, Tom Rizzi will move Gary Pine down to the bottom here to the 17th position here. And then Cam Croyle will move from the infamous 18th place there down to, I believe it is 15th there. And so you can see as we look here, Trevor Trostel, Lonnie Lane will now be the lowest in 19th position. So all of these guys will have performance chips that they can utilize to automatically succeed in checks. And they're probably going to do that just because, of course, there is 4 pits, I believe here. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, no, 5, I apologize, 5 pit rows. So you kind of want to make sure you get yourself into that movement position here and take those chips and move into the next spot. So with this being said, what we'll actually do here, so if we take this right now, on a fast pit dice roll, and this, by the way, I'll just, as a heads up guys, this right here happens on the top group as well. So the top group as well, if they had any performance chips, would move up, but they don't, so they don't have any, so good to note. Then we actually go to the challenge. So we have a black and red die, as far as I know. The black die right here, we're actually going to roll, and it's going to be the driver who gets to challenge the race leader, Jeff Daly Jr. And then we're going to use the gas pedal with no defense, so it's basically just a gas pedal. If the red die result is equal to or less than the like the challenger driver gas pedal rating, the challenger then switches positions with the race leader and now leads himself. So let's see what happens here. This is a big moment here, possibly at this first race point here. So let's see, we have 3. So number 3 is Jason Leonard, and that's a 1. So he's actually going to go out of the pit here. A great fast little take here over Jeff Daly Jr. And that will change the leader for the first time today here, guys, as Jason Leonard comes from the middle group and gets up into the race lead. So good for him and absolutely phenomenal for the Toyota 82 team. Fantastic job there, guys. Getting out of that pit crew there. So he's going to lead for 1 little lap there, or I guess you could say, because the pit row kind of also includes 10 miles as well. So let's keep on going here, guys. I will end the video real quick right here. After we get all out of the pit crew or pit stop here, we'll end it right now, and we'll get on back onto the track, and we'll kind of go through possibly about, as we of course already gone through a lot of the kind of the monotonous stuff, teaching you guys how to do it, and of course teaching me how to do it. We'll get going faster as we guys see us here. So I hope you guys enjoyed here. As you can see, a lot of different drivers like Francisco Segovia, Joey Plonka, and Jeff Daly Jr. have already made moves here. Well, I guess you actually, Jason Leonard really has made moves. There's also some great leaders here like Ray Bob Walker in the Ford 33 card. Yes, Ray Bob Walker, of course, who is just an A-list Scram star who has it all, and of course years of experience, top equipment, and loyal fan following. He's just kind of sitting there in the number 3 spot there. So we'll see if he makes moves here, as of course we're getting into the end of the first third portion of this this great little Copper State 500 Super Speedway action. I'll see you guys next time in the next video here, guys, in the bleachers.